Hey, welcome back to Sober Now. I'm Jim LaPierre, and today I want to talk about the most treatable, amenable cause of depression, and that is a very simple one: loneliness. I talk to people all the time who think they have complex problems. They see themselves as complex people. They wonder about their neurochemistry. They think about what their form of mental illness may be or whether they have seasonal affective disorder. And what I say to folks is, why don't we look for all the simple explanations as to why things are the way they are? And if we can eliminate all of those, then whatever's left, maybe it's complicated, but we'll deal with it when we get there. From what I've seen, one of the biggest causes of depression is very simple: it's loneliness. And sometimes that loneliness gets amplified, especially around the holidays, around anniversary dates, when we go to social events like weddings, when we're around people who seem to be very happy or content with their lives. I think about loneliness in the context of HALT, the acronym that folks in recovery use: hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. And what I've learned about those is that a lot of what we hunger for is more than just food. And same kind of idea with loneliness. If you're anything like me, you can manage to feel lonely when you're in a huge crowd of people. You can feel very disconnected just by virtue of being away from your tribe. Or maybe you're at a point in your recovery where you haven't yet found your tribe. I always encourage folks to consider how much time they're spending alone. I know that for many of us, there's a real slippery slope between solitude and isolation. I'm always encouraging folks to move outside of their comfort zones and make some new connections. Especially this time of year, I'm talking to people in early recovery and they can't go home, or it's not safe to go home, or maybe they don't even have people to go back to. So I'm encouraging them to make new connections and to get outside of themselves so that they can have some new friends, some new contacts, and maybe even some chosen family. Loneliness is, well, I have a brain that provides a soundtrack for everything that I experience. So I have the Smashing Pumpkins in my head right now talking about the connections between loneliness and emptiness. And there's a part of that song that says, I'm in love with my sadness. I know that nobody really enjoys depression, nobody enjoys being melancholy. It's just what's familiar to an awful lot of us. It's what we've experienced so much of in our lives. I found that at various points I've flooded my life to avoid the emptiness, to avoid the loneliness. It's just too much for me to contend with. And so, what I've learned over and over and over again is that when I connect with kindred spirits, not only do I not feel depressed, I feel connected, I feel understood, I feel a part of. And that's the piece that I want so much for people to experience. I think quite often we keep ourselves apart from, simply because that's what we're accustomed to. We're used to not fitting in. We're used to being the black sheep of the family. We're used to just feeling like we're less than or not good enough to connect to people that we see as so much greater than ourselves. But of course, my experience is the folks most worth knowing don't see themselves that way, don't want to be on pedestals, and don't think of anyone as being less than. So I hope that you'll see some opportunities to be a part of. If nothing really appeals to you, consider volunteering for any good cause as a way of connecting to kindred spirits and being of service. It's the surest way I know to get out of my own way is to help somebody who's obviously very deserving and in need. I hope that you'll pursue hobbies or interests or things that bring like minded people together. But more than anything, I hope you won't be alone. And I hope that when you are alone, that you like the company that you keep. Just keep those times few and far between, keep them short. Move out of your own way, connect with other folks, and notice how quickly and readily it improves your mental health. I get that it's uncomfortable. It may even, you might be one of the millions of us who struggle with some social anxiety and some nervousness when we're trying to make new friendships. As uncomfortable as that is, the familiarity and comfort of depression is simply too overwhelming. It's a downward spiral. It's something that harms our health holistically, and it's an emptiness that I wouldn't wish on anybody. So I hope that this holiday season that you'll take excellent care of yourself. I hope that you'll fill that emptiness with things that are lasting and healthy and enduring. And I hope that progressively you'll come to see yourself the way that good people see you, as somebody who's well worth knowing. Please write to me. I love hearing your questions and topic suggestions. Jim@sobernow.com. Please give the video a like and share with friends so that we can expand this conversation. Thank you. Take excellent care of you. Have a great day.